Alright, this is Capel Celyn in North Wales, in Dreweryn Valley. It's a village with a notorious history. It was destroyed in the early 1960s to make a reservoir for the city of Liverpool. A totally unnecessary reservoir, as it turns out, because the population of Liverpool was in free fall at the time, dropping from 900,000 in the early 1950s to, well, half of that today. It was basically a vanity project for the Braddocks who ran the city council. In those days, Liverpool was pretty much a Tammany Hall council, so it was a vanity project, and it was a cultural, environmental, social disaster, really. A village which was a living community, 100% Welsh-speaking community, with a shop, a school, a chapel, homesteads, a true living, breathing village which was 100% Welsh-speaking, and it was destroyed. I mean, what happened couldn't be described as anything other than ethnic cleansing. The people were just shipped out, their homes were destroyed, and the valley was pointlessly flooded. What I'm sitting on now is the remains of the road that's reappeared after a drought we've had in the UK. The road which ran from Festiniog across the moors to Bala. It's a special place which has influenced artists, poets, climbers, environmentalists, you name it. People have been inspired by this valley, which was a beautiful valley, and I've seen old black and white footage of the valley before it was destroyed, and it was stunning. But of course, it's happened in England as well as Wales. Haweswater Dam in Lake District, which Wainwright called the most beautiful dam, the most beautiful village in Lakeland, was destroyed, and it was senseless. So, as somebody who was born in Liverpool, and you could say it was done in my name, I feel deeply ashamed. And I'd like to see nothing more than this horrible, ugly dam torn down and the village restored and the valley restored, or left to be wild naturally, because it's appalling what's happened here, and it really makes me sad. But as I say, we've had a drought, and things are reappearing now. There's not much left. There's no houses. It's just walls, road. Everything was destroyed, so there's not a lot to see, but you do find bits of pottery, bits of old milk bottles, pots and pans, the things that were part and parcel of village life, remnants. So it's very sad to see these remnants, but that's life. When was life? And unfortunately we have lunatics running the asylum, and as long as we allow lunatics to run the asylum, then we'll always have travesties like Capel Celyn and the Dreweryn Dam. So so this is an introduction really to the drone footage, which should reveal what's left of Capel Celyn. So I hope you appreciate it, but I hope it makes you think about how we destroy our environment and how we destroy lives unnecessarily. Okay, and on that heavy philosophical note, I'll say bye-bye.
The tiny village of Capel Celyn in North Wales nears the end of its centuries of history, for in a few months' time the waters will be rising above its rooftops. Parliament has approved a plan by Liverpool Corporation to dam the Dreweryn Valley and create a new city reservoir. The 70 inhabitants of the valley, supported by Welsh opinion generally, have been fighting the plan. They want to stay on the land where their ancestors have lived, worked and worshipped for generations. Liverpool, they point out, already has a reservoir at Lake Vyrnwy, not far away, and will soon have so large a surplus she'll be able to sell water to other English towns. Men like farmer R.E. Jones, who's reared 13 children in Dreweryn Valley, still do not know whether their compensation will be in money or land. If we must leave the valley of our fathers, they ask, let us at least know what our future is to be.
As the activity at the site quickens, so another integral part of village life, the school, comes to its last day. BBC television covered the last day's functions at the school, a display of pupils' work and a prize-giving ceremony. School was honoured by the presence of one of its first pupils. He presented prizes to the last of its children. In 1963, the chapel was to be closed, and a happy event, the last wedding, was accompanied by the incessant movement of lorries at the dam site.
It is a great mistake to confuse it with nothingness. It is rather to be thought of as space, or like space, because space is not empty. It contains the whole universe. So in the same way, the state of mind of the person who is truly enlightened is not empty. It contains everything.